Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal's with a hoarse throat. I obviously strained my throat a bit yesterday, and I'm hoping that by the time I have to speak again tomorrow, that it will have died down a bit and been a little less scratchy. But, you know, at worst, I'm going to sound very sexy, so I can handle that, I guess. It is 2 degrees. It feels like it, too. 2 degrees Canadian, 35 American. Generally chilly. I'm on my way back to the camp, just really to have lunch with them and keep that connection. I then will go and do some shopping and stuff that I have to do, and also I have to go and get my hair cut. So it's going to be really strange to do one speech with hair this length and then do the last speech with short hair, but I'm sure they'll be able to manage to recognize me, don't you? I really want to thank those of you who continue to be obviously deeply concerned about being mean. As I said this morning to whoever it was that asked me, he's doing as well as can be expected. Let's put it that way. I had hoped by now to be able to drop his medications a little bit back. I don't think, from what I'm seeing, that I should be doing that at this time. He's not even doing particularly well with the medication level that he's got at the moment. So I'm not going to be pushing that back in the near future, unless he really starts to sort of look very different. So sad but true. You know, you're just gonna. I forgot to bring my coffee. Rats! I think I'll have to stop and get one. Wow. Imagine that. Clean forgot to get a coffee. Yeah. I've got to think now where I can get a coffee on the way. Yeah, I think I know. Anyway, so yesterday was a long day. I didn't start speaking till 7:30, and there's a big run up before then, and then of course I was about to leave at 9 and get back and maybe do a broadcast or do something, you know, plenty of time, when somebody that I know really well came to me and obviously needed to talk. Well, there was that split second where I go, do I go home or do I stay and listen for quite a while? Because I knew it would be quite a while if I stayed. And I guess you all know me well enough. So I ended up not getting home until close to 1. And very sad situation. And if I go back to what I was talking about some other day about not taking it on, I heard a wonderful story that somebody else told me yesterday, and I don't know if I repeated it. Maybe I did. The story about throwing somebody a rope, and by so doing you end up, you're basically tying them to you, and that you end up with their problems. The trick is to hear the story, don't grab hold of the rope. If I didn't tell the story, let me know, and I will tell it. I'd rather not necessarily repeat it twice in 2 days. So if you're going, no, I didn't tell the story in the previous vlog, then I definitely will put it on the next vlog. I suppose part of me could go back and listen to the whole of the previous vlog, but I know that some of you know my vlogs inside out, and you'll have a much better idea. There's a Starbucks right there. I think there's another coffee shop on the way. So it is a busy weekend for me. There's no doubt about that. And I'm actually quite amazed at sorry, the reason I stopped talking is I just saw they built some homes here that are literally side by side, you know what I mean? There's no yard to them. They've got no more yard than I have. And just seeing the prices, like close to $700,000. That is scary. And there's no way, of course, that my place is worth that, but it's just interesting to see that that's where prices have gone. And I have to ask myself, you know, who's got money for that? Who has money for buy a house at that price? And as I said, it's not like you've got an acre or two, you know, surrounding it. It's just like cheek by jowl, as they say. Anyway, oh, where was I? It's just like, I don't know why that never sort of registered with me before today. I guess normally when I'm driving down this street, I'm half awake because I'm going to work. It sure woke me up. All right, remember, gotta get a coffee, gotta get a coffee, gotta get a coffee. I searched high and low in my house today for my coffee mug. Now I know it's in there somewhere. Have you ever had that day? There are only certain places I would really, surely there are only certain places I'd put it down, right? In the kitchen, in my bathroom while I'm putting on my makeup, or next to the computer. And you know that feeling where you do that circuit 3 times and you still can't find it? So then you go back and you go, no, I must have been blinking, you know, because I know it's staring me in the face. So you go back and you look at all 3 places again, but this time more slowly. And really sort of taking in detail. Okay, now I still can't see it. Or sometimes, I always find the worst of that is when I'm looking for my glasses, because I can't find my glasses unless I'm wearing them. I wonder if any of you relate to that one. You know, because I'm short-sighted. If I'm not wearing them, I can't find them. So sometimes I have to call Yvonne to help me find them. I go, Yvonne, could you help me find my glasses? Because she's got better eyes than I have. So we're very lucky, really, to have these laughs in our life. So anyway, so I hope I'm not the only one that does that. I still didn't find the mug. So then what I did is I made a coffee in my travel mug, and I was going to bring that with me, and I forgot it. How stupid was that? Never mind, I will grab a cup of coffee. I've only had 1 cup so far, so I'm not functioning yet. I need 2 to function. Or that's what I've conditioned myself to believe. So I'm just hoping, against all hope, that my throat will start feeling a whole lot better before I have to speak tomorrow. That's going to be quite a challenge. I might be forced to use a microphone if not, and gosh, I don't like doing that. So anyway, we will see. Okay, so I will be doing a broadcast tonight. I got to speak to Glenn yesterday when I got back, and I was busy putting the vlog up at about 2 o'clock in the morning. Glenn was awake for some reason, and he sent me a Skype note or something. So he's obviously doing well. I sort of did a few very short sentences back to him to explain to him that I was editing the vlog, and that's why he was getting short sentences back from me. And but it was good to chat with him, even for a little while. Oh, that's what I wanted to find. Wonder how you get in there. There's a coffee shop right there. Yes, there's an entrance there. Okay, I can do that. A very busy coffee shop right there. Wow. Seriously busy shop. Okay, so I'm going to go and get myself a macchiato or whatever they call those things. Caramel coffee in my book. I'll speak to you later. Bye now. Well, I want to tell you something. I just went into this neighborhood coffee shop. A fairly well-known brand, but not the brand, if you know what I mean. And what I expected was for it to be empty. Yeah, quick in, quick out. It was wall-to-wall people sitting there. Obviously, it's the meeting place of the neighborhood. Everybody goes there to drink their morning coffee. It was packed, and packed with, you know, what I call people that you wouldn't normally see in a coffee shop, just sitting down. And there's a whole group of, obviously the women's club was there, and there was another group with a whole group of guys there on their own, and you go, this is really quite something to see. So it was actually quite funny. Oh, I'm looking at healthy people. They're running with their dogs. Oh yeah, 2 women. Yeah, no wonder they look the shape they're in. Yeah, all right. Really, I do hate show-offs. Anyways. Anyways, it was really interesting to see, but the good news was I managed to get a coffee. And yeah, I was just thinking of the days before we had bottled water, and I remember the first time anybody told me, you know, that people were going to be stupid enough to actually pay money to have a bottle of water. And I'm going, you know, why don't they use the tap? I always remember that. I wonder if how many of you remember that as well, you know. Then I'm going, this coffee, and I'm such a bozo because I just left my coffee mug at home. This coffee just cost me $5. Where did they come off charging $5 for a cup of coffee? And you know the reason they do is because they can. And bozos like me will pay it. $5 for a cup of coffee. A whole can cost me 15 or 16. A dirty great can. And I'm not talking... Oh, anyway. We're just like... I don't like to be thought of as a cheap person, but... I bet you that says only staff parking. No, oh yeah, no parking in front of the gate. I was about to do that. Staff parking only. Okay, right there. Doesn't say that. Maybe I'm a bit close. I think I will try it. Anyway, so I'm where I need to be again. Ooh. You had a connection with the car there. Little chat. Okay, that's really quite funny. I had to back out into this road, this little neighborhood road. And there's a woman just sauntering quietly in front of me and just not realizing I'm sitting in the middle of traffic. And then when she noticed it, she didn't really care very much either. It's okay, she's probably one of the speakers. Hi everybody, so I'm going to go and do my social bit here, and I will speak to you on my way back. Okay everybody, let me start this again. This is DearMamaSal's, and I'm on my way home a lot earlier than I expected. I've just heard that the soup they gave me for lunch had fresh garlic in it, and I'm allergic to fresh garlic, as you know. So I've got about an hour normally before my blood pressure drops to a level that doesn't make it safe for me to drive, which means all my plans for this afternoon need to get cancelled. So I'm on my way home, and I will sleep it off, hopefully, and then do the broadcast tonight. But as long as I go home where I'm safe, I'll be fine. But it is one of those situations where you have to, you know, it's my fault, don't get me wrong. I didn't triple check. I was told when I got to the soup urn, Sal, you can have this doesn't have garlic in it. So I must admit I believe them. And I feel so sorry for the person who told me that, because she must be feeling terrible. And I really want her to know that I'm okay. So when I get there, I will get a message back to tell her that I'm home safely and not to worry. I'm not what I call life-threatening allergy on garlic. I am just literally, my blood pressure starts to plummet, and I already have fairly interesting blood pressure, so it makes me very weak. And I get, the best way that I can describe it to people is, if you've ever had a really bad bout of the flu, you get sort of disoriented, and I wonder if any of you have had that feeling where you're sort of in your body but you're not. You begin to wonder whether you're having an out-of-body experience almost, and that's really what happens to me now. The good news is, if I can get home in time before that hits, I can normally sleep it off and be just fine. I don't know how much fresh garlic there was in there, and I didn't really stay to find out. I just heard the news and just got up and said, okay, I have to go now before this hits too hard. And of course what they'll all be worrying about now is, will I be okay to close the thing tomorrow? And the answer is yes, I will be. Wow, just saw the prettiest house. It's made of like a very pale pink, almost soapstone on the outside. I've seen that in the inside. Oh, I'm gonna get the burps now, everybody. But I've never seen it on the inside of, on the outside of a house. So the good news is that the team is looking really great today. I was really impressed, and the characters are very evident. That's what I love. The first day they all look so scared, you know, sort of pretending to be okay, and then today they're looking, you know, they've obviously had a fun night, and they've obviously had a fun day as well. So it's wonderful to see. A lot of them are thoroughly enjoying it. You know, they're not just enjoying it; they're enjoying it at yay level, and that is really what more could we hope for than that? And they are very definitely in the majority in a personality group that is very supportive. You know, when I've talked to you about the different personality groups, the majority of this group are these very caring, supportive people, rather than, you know, the very outgoing, demonstrative ones or the very task-oriented ones. The majority are the very supportive, kind, gentle people. And it's really great to see that. It's really nice that there's those people. I don't think we've ever had that group in the majority before. And it's interesting that they were all picked as leaders, which goes to show how that leadership dynamic is changing as well.